What if I told you there's a stadium so intense its walls shake with every roar? This fortress is home to the Boca Juniors and the place where football meets fury. The stadium is getting its much-awaited $300 million upgrade, which could change everything, or possibly ruin it. La Bombonera is one of the few revered stadiums in the world that are spoken about with a great level of respect. Opened on May 25, 1940, under the official name of Estadio Alberto Germando, the revenue quickly earned the nickname the Chocolate Box or La Bombonera for its compact and boxy design. However, don't let the sweet name deceive you, as this place is pure fire and fury. Being built in the heart of Buenos Aires' La Boca neighborhood, the engineers and architects had a tough challenge ahead of them. They wanted to build a 54,000-seater football stadium, but they had little space to play around. Since the odds were against them, they took a radical decision by building the stadium upward instead of expanding it outward. 3 steep stands were crammed into the 851,400 square foot space, with one flat side packed all the fancy facilities and luxury boxes. This approach gave them a rather unique D-shaped stadium, which is unlike any other on Earth. However, this unique design and limitation gave them something incredible which they didn't plan. These impossibly steep vertical stands not only bring fans closer to the pitch and the action, but also trap sound in such a way it almost feels deafening. Unlike modern oval stadiums, where the sound gets wasted into the sky, this one not only preserves it, but amplifies it. Football fans from different parts of the world come to La Bombonera just to experience the stadium breathe with the rhythm of football passion and love. For the Boca Junior fans, La Bombonera is more than just a building, it is their sacred ground. This is the exact stadium where the legendary Diego Maradona scored his first professional goal. It is the place where generations of Boca Junior fans have made memories and cherished them. For them, it's nothing short of a home. However, being around for several decades meant the stadium started showing some signs of aging and was in desperate need of a makeover. Since the stadium was built in the 1940s, its corridors are narrow, which creates bottlenecks during match days, which could easily frustrate any die-hard fan. The seating is outdated and uncomfortable, the spaces are tight, and the stadium's accessibility is a big question. Due to the compact space, there's no room for modern luxuries, which many iconic stadiums offer. Perhaps the biggest problem of all is the capacity. While the stadium already boasts an incredible seating of 54,000, the demand certainly outweighs the supply, as more fans are looking to attend the matches. Nearly every home game of Boca Junior is a sellout, and thousands of fans are left on the edge of their seats waiting for their turns. The club has a massive fan base, and it is still growing, which makes it pretty evident for the club that it needs a bigger and more advanced stadium. If the club really wants to compete on a global level with the football giants, it needs to have a better and bigger stadium. However, capacity isn't the only issue, as the stadium's broadcasting, wiring, and lighting systems are relics of another era. These facilities are nowhere near the global standards of broadcasting or tournament requirements. Then there's also the major issue of safety. Modern stadiums like the Etihad Stadium and Tottenham Hotspur Stadium are designed with evacuation protocols, anti-panic features, and crowd flow in mind. La Bombonera doesn't have anything of that sort. Since it was built during a time where safety regulations weren't a thing, it now poses a genuine risk in emergency situations. In August 2023, former Boca Juniors president Omar Amor Amil unveiled the highly anticipated future plans for La Bombonera's renovation and titled this entire project Bombanera 360 Proposal. This visionary project looks to preserve and complete the iconic stadium loved by all. Instead of tearing down the entire building and starting from scratch, they decided to add to it while maintaining its aura and atmosphere. At the heart of this proposal is architectural harmony, which meant transforming La Bombonera's signature D shape into a fully enclosed 360-degree oval structure. This would not only unify the overall aesthetics of the stadium, but also elevate its majestic acoustic experience, which is one of the loudest in the world. By enclosing the final open side, the venue would act like a sealed drum, where chants and roars will echo with even greater force. This will be done by raising the pitch, allowing the addition of an all-new fourth tier of stands and better pitch visibility. This expansion will increase the seating capacity from an impressive 54,000 to a colossal 82,000. Thanks to these additional seats, many Boca Juniors fans will have the chance to watch their team in action at their home. However, that's not all, as Bombonera 360 isn't just about size, it is about purpose. This new design will add commercial spaces, green areas, cultural centers, and a micro-stadium for events. The addition of these mixed-use zones will better integrate the stadium into the urban landscape, allowing La Bombonera to be a year-round hub. However, this dream faced one major obstacle: heritage protection. La Bombonera has been classified as a historically protected structure under the Buenos Aires city regulations, which means that any modification, especially structural expansion, will require approval from heritage boards, urban planning authorities, and even the local residents themselves. The very status that preserved the stadium's magic for decades now stands as a legal wall to its evolution toward the big stage. Luckily for Boca Juniors, their fans had their back as they wanted to see their favorite club rise among the big players. They realized that even though this renovation plan was bold, it certainly wasn't reckless. The fans realized that the renovation plan respected the stadium and club's tradition while embracing progress. While this debate for a better stadium was in progress, a few controversial ideas were proposed as well, and one of these ideas was an all-new home for Boca Juniors in the form of Isla Demarchi Super Stadium. This bold idea was proposed by presidential candidate Jorge Real, who believed that building a new stadium from the ground up would be a better option than renovating La Bombonera. He wanted to build this stadium just 1.3 kilometers away from Isla Demarchi, which is a riverside industrial area ripe for redevelopment. The new stadium's design was provided by architect Enrique Lombardi, who proposed that a massive 112,000-seat stadium. If this proposal was accepted, Isla Demarchi would have been the largest stadium in South America. The design boasted a whopping 192 tourist boxes, 444 VIP boxes, 78 broadcasting booths, and parking for over 4,000 vehicles. Unlike La Bombonera, this stadium would have been fully compliant with modern international standards and could easily host major events like the FIFA World Cup and Copa Libertadores. However, despite offering substantial technological advances over La Bombonera, this project was rejected as it was nearly 3 times the amount of Bombonera 360's renovation plan. Given Argentina's economic struggles, many questioned whether such a high-budget project would be a responsible decision or not. More importantly, fans were also emotionally and culturally connected to La Bombonera, as for them, it was more than just a stadium. They objected that the stadium is Boca Juniors and Buenos Aires' identity, and Isla Demarchi, despite its revolutionary and futuristic appeal, could never replace La Bombonera and its incredible aura. The intimacy, the sound, the atmosphere, the chaos, no stadium could possibly match what the venue has been offering for decades. Under these debates, architect Fabian Fiori introduced the Proto Esloveno proposal, which offered a surgical and respectful approach to this upgrade. Unlike full-scale expansion of Bombonera 360 or the radical relocation to Isla Demarchi, the Proto Esloveno proposed buying a few key buildings directly in front of the stadium, which could be demolished to construct 3 new stands. This would increase the stadium's capacity from 54,000 seats to a decent 75,000. Decent because this capacity is less than Demarchi's 112,000 seats, and also slightly lower than Bombonera 360. However, this plan has its own unique benefits. This will preserve all of La Bombonera's most iconic features. This includes the deafening acoustics, emotional proximity, and deep-rooted connection to the La Boca neighborhood. While the other 2 options neglected 1 or 2 iconic features, this one strategically covers them all. Now that La Bombonera has been removed from the city's protected heritage list, the expansion plans are finally feasible from a logistical and legal standpoint. The Proto Esloveno proposal is certainly the fastest, more affordable, and the perfect middle ground option for the stadium's expansion, as it will offer the people a future-proof solution without sacrificing legacy. Apart from architecture, La Bombonera holds great cultural value to the people of Buenos Aires, as it houses Museo de la Pasión Boquense, which holds the club's history, artifacts, iconic jerseys, trophies, and tributes to legends like Diego Maradona. That's all for today. What do you think is the best option of these three? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're there, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.